Good morning, learners. Now, in this session, we are going to see a case study on movie dataset analysis. This notebook will use the dataset from MovieLens website. Still, I'll provide you the attachment, the link to download this MovieLens dataset so that you can download this dataset, which has three .csv files, ratings, tags, and movies.csv files, so that they can be imported into your Jupyter notebook and you can start working on it. Now, this is how we need to download a CSV file into your Jupyter notebook. First, you have to import the pandas library because the read underscore CSV or any other file format supported by pandas like XLX, CSV, or .txt file or .tsv file, tab separated files, CSVs, comma separated files. That all these file formats are supported by pandas. In order to use those appropriate methods to download corresponding file formats, you have to first import the pandas library. Now, in this pandas library, you have a read CSV method, which will use the path from where the file is copied, where the file is downloaded. When I give you the link to download the file, you download it into your desktop or your laptop, and where it is exactly stored, that will give you the file path. So that file path has to be given as the first argument in read underscore CSV, and as the second argument, because it is a comma separated file, you can give the separator argument. SCP is a separator argument, which can be given as comma, or if you're working with the .tsv file, then the separator can be simply the single quotes without any character, which indicates empty space, that indicates tab. Now that is extracted into the movies object, and you are going to find out what type of object it is, whether it is a data frame or a series, how it is extracted into an object into the Jupyter notebook that you want. If you want to find out, you can give type movies. And if you want the first 5 data points from the data set to be displayed, you can use head method. And if you want the last 5 data points, you can give tail. The default that it takes is 5 data points, but if you want to increase it, you can give here 10 or 15. It's optional. So by default, it displays 5 data points. When you execute this command, you can see that the type of the object into which the CSV file is imported, that is reported as pandas core frame data frame. Now you can also see what are the columns that we have in this movies.csv. Movie ID, title, and genre. The movie ID to uniquely identify that movie, and what is the title of the movie and to which genre it belongs, whether it is an adventure movie or a children movie or a fantasy movie. The genre. Some movies has multiple genres. So all that is indicated in the genres column. Now, if I just give here 10 instead of 5 default value, I can see that 10 data points are being displayed. We'll keep it to the optional, we'll keep it to the default value 5. And instead of head, if I use tail, you can see that last 5 data points are displayed. Now we can also import the next.csv file in this MovieLens dataset, that is tags.csv, and let us print the first 5 elements and check what are the columns that are available in this dataset. So we have user ID, movie ID, tag, and timestamp. This timestamp is recorded when that particular tag is given to that movie ID. So timestamp is calculated in milliseconds from January 1st, 1970. And generally, if we take the raw data, if we take the raw timestamp as it is, it will not be of much use for us to perform any analysis. But if we can convert this into a valid date and time, then we can base some queries on this valid date and time. But initially, this will not be of any use to perform any analysis if we take the raw timestamp. Let us first see what are the columns that are available in these MovieLens dataset, MovieLens dataset CSV files, so that we can further proceed with our analysis. Now here another dataset we are trying to import, that is ratings.csv, and it has columns user ID, movie ID, rating, and the timestamp. So as we don't require initially these timestamps in its raw form, let us delete them. So we are giving delete. We have seen two types of delete operations. One is using pop, which retrieves the deleted items, and we can store it in an object if we want. But delete will directly delete the items from the table. So here we are giving delete what we are trying to delete from the ratings table. We are trying to delete timestamp column. So we are giving the data frame name and the column which we wanted to delete. So ratings timestamp from ratings table, timestamp column will be deleted, and from tags table, timestamp column will be deleted. So when you execute this, that command is executed, and both of these columns stand deleted from ratings table and tags table. Now if you try to execute this once again, it will give error because it is not able to find this timestamp column in the ratings table and timestamp column in tags table because they are already deleted. Now you can observe that lots of explanation is given for any error in this Jupyter notebook, but you can directly go to the last line of this error and find out what is the error. You need not worry about understanding this entire explanation about the error. You can just see in the last line what is the error that has been raising this exception. So you can see that there is a key error. Key error means timestamp taken as a key, as a column value is not able to be located because it is already deleted from ratings table and tags table also. That is the meaning of this error.